mistakes of the past, made visible by the silent husks of failed cities. I knew that I would need to learn from their mistakes to avoid making them. Otherwise, this city is doomed as well. So, the Americans came here on 2 ships. One was the Prometheus, the other was the Apestus. And one of them didn't make it. That scout party salvaged what they could and headed towards the ice corridor. The ice corridor that was in the distance, likely made by at least one of those ships. Well, it appears that, as far as fuel is concerned, it has no longer become a problem. Although, more of it would be a good thing to have. So another coal mine would be of great help to us. I believe that is why I thought it would be best to recall one of the scouts sooner.
Workday is up. Return your tools.
Rather than later. We won't be needing wood and food anytime soon. Well, for the next couple of days anyway. I sent the scout team back to search for more. We would need all that we can get to survive the frost. I had to make a decision regarding additional coal production. But then they reached the ice corridor. We found the Hephaestus, and at this point in the distance was her sister ship Prometheus. I sent the second scout party over there. Well, it was the first, but it was the second that, at this point, I directed, but then I changed my mind. I decided to recall that scout party. The steam cores were needed. And I couldn't wait. Yes, I decided to replace the standard variant of structure with steam structures. Mostly because they're better in every way. And what would be even better? Well, housing for all. I was glad to hear that the people supported the guards. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't consider a path of faith to be that effective. For those who would argue... Oh, right. As for the next law, I decided on establishing prisons. Well, that was after. Now, at this point it was establishing foremans in workplaces to improve efficiency. Prisons would come later. There was a reason for that. I was getting ahead of myself. Sorry. In fact, that's reminded me. I would need to either expand medical facilities or improve current ones. Because those who are sick would not be getting any better with the current ones. Yes, and I needed to decide what to have the engineers work on next. More food would be a good thing to have. Yes, the fuel situation was easing. Although the problems ahead of me were far from over. now we had better coal thumpers. Well, the ability to make them. As for what to have the workshops research next... With the steel available, I knew what would be most prudent. An outpost depot. Then we can produce steam cores from Tesla City. Well, the previous inhabitants of that city will not be needing it anymore. We need them more than they do. Although any survivors from that city, those that Mr. Tesla ruthlessly discarded, well, ironically, they were the ones that came out on top. Effectively invalidating everything he stood for. With a legacy. And that joke wasn't funny when I heard it in Winterhome. Let's see. We're getting close to housing everyone. Then we can focus on improving the housing already there. Some of the people are in tents, and that is no good at all. Yes, I can't have that. One individual was ranting on about me, about how ineffective a leader I am. I decided to let him speak, as brutally suppressing him would not accomplish anything. In fact, it would only confirm his worst fears. I could also see that the food situation was growing dire. At some point I would need to expand food production. Perhaps even improve the food production already there. because we might have an adequate amount of heat, but it'll do little good if the people are starving to death. At least the outpost depot was available to be constructed at some point when there's enough steel. Although some of that would need to be allocated to the next research project. Gathering post insulation. I thought it would be a good idea to have that improved since people are working there. Gathering what is needed. Also, another child shelter would also be useful. All that was left to do was wait for the next matter for me to attend to.
Rest time. Work is done for the day.
knew that the patience of the Londoner faction would not be limitless, so I decided on establishing prisons at this point. They've been starting trouble for far too long. They need to know that this will not be tolerated. Not to confuse mercy and compassion for weakness.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Although I had best temper that desire to dispense justice, lest I make the same mistake as that army captain in Winterhome. And more steam cores are delivered, among other supplies. Which meant that another steam coal mine can be upgraded from the existing one. And then I questioned what to... Oh, I was eyeing the outpost depot. Should be the next thing on my list of things to order the construction of. As for the scout party farthest, or rather closest to the city, I sent them to the nearby coal mine. Well, I thought might as well. As for the housing situation, I needed to make sure that they were within range of the guard stations. The scarcity of steam cores. It will need to be remedied soon. Although a good thing about having enough housing for all is that the inferior existing housing can be improved. In fact, the main reason why I didn't do that was there were far fewer people here. Far fewer to, well, work on construction. Well, the outpost depot was ready, and I sent a outpost team to Tesla City. It was safe to go there now. Well, as safe as it can be in this frozen Armageddon. With the situation of steam cores being resolved, I would need to focus on the remaining issues of food and medical care. Which to go for first? That was the decision ahead of me.